For more market-related stories, but of a different kind, it's said to be the ambition of most working South Africans to climb the corporate ladder and eventually become the chief executive officer of a company. But while the position may dazzle with lucrative benefits, it also comes with enormous risks, many of which extend beyond the boardroom. Chief Executive for an Employee Wellness and Management Program, The Real for Employers, Professor Jacques Snyman, says studies show that often so-called big bosses of companies are victims of cardiovascular and stress-related disease.
The term already describes their workability, and therefore they must probably fall into that category of being workaholics, long hours, not enough rest, and often they are subject to trauma psychologically, such as burnout, because of continuously working at a very high pace. Burnout often leads them to other medical conditions which are then physical. So you start off with psychological burnout, but it can easily lead to other diseases such as insulin resistance, diabetes, aggravation of blood pressure, and all of that then again leads into your typical cardiac risk patient.
What are those 12 emotions as described by Steve Tapton, the author of The Secrets of CEOs, that CEOs are most susceptible to?
It's the drive, they drive to achieve, so they're high achievers, and we need to appreciate that, and because they're high achievers, they're often also susceptible to failure, and the impact of failure is high, and so therefore disappointment, depression, anxiety, all of those form part and parcel of those 12.
It does come with the territory of those long hours and extra work that one has to do. So how then does one balance off work life and being healthy?
Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do, because being a CEO, being a high achiever, means that you've achieved that because you do not allow yourself necessarily the time to relax. So it's a decision. You need to take time off to relax. Time off to relax doesn't necessarily mean I need to take an afternoon off or I need to take a day off. You need to have appropriately planned holidays where you spend time away from work and the worries. You need to then in between make sure that you have sufficient rest, and therefore a relaxation hobby. Now, one always joke about golfing, but a regular exercise, golfing, a sporting activity that takes your mind off what you've been doing the whole day is a very good sort of a diffuser of this anxiety and driving stressful lifestyle.
What can companies do to assist not just CEOs but also employees who do exhibit signs of being workaholics, who are pulling those long hours and are feeling incredibly stressed?
But I think one of the basic things is one need to monitor that, and employees need to take, as I said, regular leave. So companies are often preoccupied with the people who then are sort of frequent abusers of leave and sick leave and so forth, whereas your workaholic is usually not one of those. They tend to come to work even if they're sick, so they're present but they can't work. That's the so-called presenteeism. So early identification, forcing people to take sick leave when they should take sick leave, and also to take annual leave, and a company with a policy with a minimum stated annual leave, and making sure that people on a good schedule take their annual leave usually runs a much healthier workforce.
That was Chief Executive for The Real for Employees and Employee Wellness and Management Program, Professor Jacques Snyman.